Hi everyone, Judy here. Welcome to my channel. Today, as promised, I am going to teach you how to construct Bisaya sentences. Okay, before we start guys, I just want to tell you that I am about to teach you is the usual or the common way of constructing Bisaya sentences. It's not always applicable to all the phrases and sentences that we create, but these are the common ones. To make it more easy, we have to understand the sequence, the sentence sequence. All right, so let's start in English. We have the subject, verb, and then the object. While Bisaya, we have verb, subject, object. So as you notice, in Bisaya, we usually put the verb at the beginning of the sentence and then followed by the subject and followed by the object or the recipient or the destination. Now, I will give you some examples so that we can apply this sentence sequence. We have here, we will eat in Ayala. In Bisaya, that is mga unta sa Ayala. Mga unta sa Ayala. You're telling the person that you guys are going to eat in Ayala. So, that's the sentence sequence. Mangaon is the verb. So that is will eat in English. And it is placed at the beginning of the sentence in Bisaya. And then followed by the subject, ta, which means we or us. Ta is a shortcut of kita. Next, we have sa, which means in, at, or to. Depends on the sentence. And then we have Ayala as the object. We have another example here. Let's eat in Ayala. It's an invitation. Okay, let's eat in Ayala. So you invite somebody. You must watch out for the tone, guys, because these two sentences mean only one in Bisaya. That is, mga unta sa Ayala. So it differs in your tone of voice. It's like mga unta sa Ayala or the invitation, mga unta sa Ayala, mga unta sa Ayala na, or mga unta sa Ayala. So it's a bit high pitch if you're inviting somebody. Now, another example, let's try, I am eating an apple. In Bisaya, that is, nagkaon ko og mansanas. Let me repeat that. Nagkaon ko og mansanas. So you can see the verb is at the beginning. Nagkaon, which means eating. And then followed by the subject, ko, which means I. And then mansanas, which means apple. Another example we have, do you speak English? That is, mo istorya ka og in English. Mustorya ka og in English. So that's our sequence. So mustorya, we have the verb, which means speak in English. And again, it is placed at the beginning of the sentence and followed by the subject, ka, which means you. And then in English or English. Okay, that's it. That's the Bisaya for English, in English. Now we have the og, very popular word. I believe it's a connecting word. So the og here is used as an objective article. So you can also notice in a previous example, in the previous slide, there is also og there. So it is used as an objective article. So another example of og, we have mokaon ko og spaghetti. I will eat spaghetti or I eat spaghetti. There are two meanings. One, translation in Bisaya. So mokaon, we have the verb at the beginning again, and then followed by the ko, which is the subject, and then the og is spaghetti. So the og there, in this case, it doesn't have the direct translation or equivalent to English. there are a lot of ways to use the og, but I will discuss that in another video. We will dig deeper on how to use the og. And then there is also another og, which the spelling is UG. So there is OG og and the UG og. That I will discuss that in another lesson, and we will dig deeper on how to use these very, very common word in Bisaya, and very useful as well. Now let's proceed to the next slide. We have the WH questions. This is the what, when, where, and who. We have what is that? That is unsa na. So the what here is unsa, and then that is na. It's a shortcut of kana. Ka na. Okay, na. So in the WH questions, guys, there is no changing of the sequence. You just need to follow the English sequence. You just need to translate the word from English to its equivalent Bisaya word, and you just follow the sequence. Okay, like for example here, what, you have unsa, and then that is na. Okay, now just to give you some more examples so that you can really get what I mean. For example, here we have when are you going to school? So the sequence still there, SVO. So the verb going is in the middle. In here, we just need to translate to its equivalent Bisaya word. When is kanus a, you ka. And then going, muadto. This is in future tense, muadto. To is sa. Remember in the previous slide, I told you what is the equivalent of sa. Sa is in, at, and to, or to. And then school is eskwelahan. Okay, it's a borrowed Spanish word, eskwelahan. So you may notice that you just, translate it directly to its corresponding Bisaya word. Now, what if we will omit when? If we omit when, definitely it will give you another set of meaning. We are left with, are you going to school? So this time around, you're not asking when. You're just asking the person if he is or she is going to school. In this case, instead of following the English sentence sequence, the VSO sequence will be followed. We have to move the verb at the beginning of the sentence, and then followed by the subject. So, are you going to school? It will become muadto ka sa eskwelahan. Okay? Muadto ka sa eskwelahan. Another example, using who question. Who are you with? Kinsa imong kuyog. So, who is kinsa? And then you, imong, with, kuyog. Kuyog. Who are you with? Kinsa imong kuyog. Okay? Another example using the where question. Where are you going? Where is asa? And then you is ka. And then going, padulong. So, direction. This is about direction. So, what if we just remove where? It will become, are you going? In Bisaya, that is, mokuyog ka? So, the sequence is changed immediately. So, the verb will go to the first part of the sentence and then followed by the subject. You have to take note of this, guys. Going is padulong when you are asking for location. And then, mukuyog, which means going with, mukuyog is going with another person. Okay? So that is the difference. You use padulong when you are talking about direction. And then, if you want to know somebody, if she or he will come, use mukuyog or kuyog. Okay, now let's go to describing. Now, in describing, instead of verb, we will change that to adjective. Okay. Now the rule of the sentence sequence will be just the same. Instead, it's just that we are using adjectives. Okay. Now, for example, here we have he is tall. So the subject there is he, and then followed by the adjective tall. In Bisaya, we have to move the adjective at the beginning, just like the verb, beginning and then followed by the subject. So taas siya. He is tall. Taas siya. Taas means tall. And then siya means he or she. Now another example. She is beautiful. Guapa siya. So as you may notice, the adjective in Bisaya sentence sequence, it becomes the first word in the sentence. Guapa means beautiful. Now let's go to the how questions. You know, the how to and then how did. It's like, how did you create that or how did you do that? So in this case, how did is giunsa. This one is just like the same as the where questions. You just need to give the exact equivalent to Bisaya and then just follow the sequence. How did is giunsa, and then you is nimo, and then that is kana. Okay? Now, if we are going to remove how did, it will become a command phrase. Okay? So if we remove how did, we will be left with you do that. You do that. Command phrase. Okay? It means he mua na. He mua na. You do that. Okay? So now the verb will be at the beginning, the same as our sequence, Bisaya sequence. Okay, another example, we have unsaon pagsulti og I love you sa Bisaya or Binisaya. Unsaon means how to, okay, and then say pagsulti. And then we have here the og again is can be used as an indefinite article, which is the a or an in English. But in this case, this sentence, the og is used as an objective article. Unsaon pagsulti og. It's like, if you stop at pagsulti, it's like it is incomplete. Unsaon pagsulti of what? Okay, of what? Somebody will already ask unsa, what? Okay, there should be a follow-up words after unsaon pagsulti og blah blah blah. Like in this case, unsaon pagsulti og I love you sa Bisaya or Binisaya. Now, those are my examples. I hope it doesn't confuse you, and if you have any questions, just I strongly suggest you comment in the comment section below. You might have the same questions with other viewers, so it's easy for me to give my thoughts about and answers to your questions. Visit Cebuano101.com. I haven't migrated a new lesson there. I will be, don't worry. So if you are very new, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, that's all for today, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Bye-bye.